YSPilots podcast. Hello and welcome to the second YSPilots podcast. I'm Skipper and this week's podcast will be a short one due to interviewing problems, more on that later. New members recently are P. Darasenko, Daz, Bro47, Diehard709, Pickles8, Kayusok Aoki, Lestor Fre, Dark Cybrid, Bug Freak 1029, Pint Blank, Prone to Crash and DG. Recent add-ons are the Supersonic YS11 by ETNU, a Yak 130MA by Taz, Skyland's XW988 Buccaneer. ETNU released an update for his aircraft installer, and there's also an update for the 171st pack. Apologies to Lucky Bear God for me forgetting to talk about his Blue Angels last week. However, it wasn't ultimately released last week, so therefore I'm not really qualified to talk about it anyway. I will not be conducting any interviews this week, as I want the next interview to be with Task Force. Instead, I'm going to talk about add-ons. Skyland's XW988 Buccaneer is an accurate model of the XW988, which is a weapons test bed aircraft for the RAF. This, I think, is Skyland's first model, and he got help from Wallino in the building of it and converting it to a working YS model. I cannot hope for a non-BOTA model of this craft in the future. I'm not sure what the Yak 130 is a repaint from, so I can't really talk about the repaint and its quality. Another release I left off the original podcast is Iceman's 171st pack, that was released last Monday, which was the 15th, which contains an A6E, an F14D, an F18C, a repaint of the F35C that Iceman released last week as well, and also an F16 for Baron Fell. We'll be back with some YS related news after this recording of some singing on TeamSpeak. Strong words I use, so listener discretion is advised.
I'm like, I came from the land down under something. I don't know. I don't know how it goes, but it's, it's the song.
I got you all in check. I've got not shit that make you your neck. I've got you all in check.
I come from the land down under, where beer flows. Where beer does flow, and then chunder can't you hear.
Which motherfucker steal my flow? My Nemo.
Do 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 do.
Give me a break.
Blue. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
What the hell is going on? What the hell? Tom Cruise, please let me get down and blow a fuse.
No.
Yo, sure I'll hit you with my street blues. If you choose to fuck around, you get bruised. Now I got you get on super unleaded fuels. I got you all in check. Is the infantry working?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did at the time. Some YS related news now. I re-raised the idea of YS War 2007 and started a discussion off about which map. Personally, I prefer the Area 88 map, as there's lots of very cool bases, but it's out there for the forum to decide. The 241st Shadowhunters have launched a poll to pick General Lieutenant. The contest is kind of one-sided, as Halberdier 25 has nearly all the votes. But the contest is between myself, Skipper, Matt, Joel and Halberdier. Also, Orb was elected to be the commanding officer of the fighter faction of the 171st. Also, the 171st became the first squad to have a marine faction of the squad, headed by Baron Fell. Iceman produced some marines for the sub-squad, which were released yesterday. In other news, MNG Airlines, a Turkish cargo operator, has signed a deal for 2 Airbus 330-200s. Airbus has also announced that their 320 family has passed its 5,000th order mark yesterday, which was January the 25th. British Airways cancelled all flights from Heathrow for 2 days next week as cabin crew go on strike for the first time in 10 years. The strike is because their union failed to agree on pay and sick leave. A Boeing KC-767 tanker was tested the day before yesterday for its 5th generation fly-by-wire boom, and it made a series of dry contacts with the B-52 assigned to the USAF Flight Test Center, Edwards Air Force Base, California. And now, with its own special section, Orb released a sound pack this week which deserves its own special place on the podcast. I'm going to play some of the sounds now. May I say that all sounds were made with his mouth, and no other objects were used. That was, ladies and gentlemen, Orb and his crazy sound pack. There are more. If you'd like to hear them, download it from the forum. And with that, we draw to the close of the second YSPilots podcast. I hope next podcast we'll have an interview with Task Force 58. Bye all, and safe flying.